When you first begin, you'll want to start with an outline or a storyboard for your course. This includes an introduction, what users are going to learn, the amount of time it will take, and the benefits. Then you'll start with a Getting Started section and add main points and features. Proceed to building skills and explaining how they can incorporate those new skills on a regular basis, and then wrapping up by summarizing key points and next steps. Your outline may or may not have more sections, but this is a good start. You'll want to create a slide for each main feature or topic. This is an example of how I work through my storyboard. Notice these are blank slides. This is done intentionally so I can focus on my content and messages first. It's easy to get caught up in adding fancy images and animation, and this process helps avoid that trap. I like to use the Notes section in PowerPoint to write my voiceover script. It helps me organize my thoughts and ensures I'm not overloading each slide with too much information. You'll want to write a script to go with your outline. I like to put the script right into the Notes section of the PowerPoint file. It helps me organize my thoughts and ensures I am not overloading one slide with too much information. Once I have my entire course outlined or storyboarded and a script is written, I can begin adding screen captures, images, scenes, or characters depending on what I'm trying to portray. Also include text captions and highlights whenever it supports your voiceover. Keep the text wording simple and use it to reinforce those voiceovers, not to duplicate what you're saying. Now that you've gotten this far, make sure you test it out. You don't want to go any further until you know for sure that the order of the content makes sense and that a learner can use this content efficiently and effectively. Once I've gotten all the main pieces, text, and images pulled together, it's time to add the voiceover narration. When I include audio or voiceover narrations, I always make sure to do each audio clip separately, one per slide, to make editing easier. As I record this audio, I may find that my script needs some tweaks, so I'll change that script right away in the notes so I have easier ways to reference it later. And finally, I'll check my captions and compare them to the voiceover so I can adjust those captions if necessary. Once I've completed my audio, I can choose to add video, but I do want to caution you to add it only if necessary. Make sure that it really supports your learning and your goals for this course. Oftentimes your users know how to do the basic things. They know how to click, they know how to use a mouse. They do not need to see those on video. Instead, you may want to consider using highlights and captions to point that out versus using a video. Videos have large file sizes and can make your PowerPoint very cumbersome. I typically recommend that animations be added last. For one, you're often tweaking your text and your images frequently as you're iterating through this training, and you don't want to have to redo those animations over and over again. Second, really consider whether they support and reinforce that learning, and if they don't add them. They're going to increase your file size and your editing complexity, so be sure to only use them when you truly need them. You're almost ready to publish, but did you spell check everything first? Did you test it out with learners to make sure it made sense? Are you sure the file size isn't going to be too large, and will the users be able to access and view your training? PowerPoint gives you multiple options to publish your files. You can keep it as a PowerPoint, export it as a PDF, create a timed slideshow, or even make a video. If you need further functionality, I would recommend you do an online search looking for PowerPoint to Scorum if you need to add it to a learning management system, or if you need to include additional interactivity, you can always add the Adobe Presenter plugin to add extra features to your presentation and your training.